No, it's fine. Chaos is okay. Um, yeah, I mean, you only have your image to worry about. हमारी कोई इज्जत नहीं है. अच्छा, so what I'll do is I'll do my intro. All of you watch every episode, I know. So you know that I do the intro first, and then what do I name this episode? We'll call it the
Corona still on a world tour.
Corona World Tour, the sequel. Hi everyone, this is Ali, episode 81. I'm starting this as quick as I can before any further distractions occur. This is the Corona World Tour sequel. We had to record another episode, but scheduling masle ho gaya, to humne emergency basis pe ye episode kar li, and somehow we have more information than I expected. We'll say hello to our honored guests. We have Gul, Sanaa, and Ammara from the Corona World Tour series. Please have haath hilate to show that you are alive. Ammara is wearing a shirt that says strong. Just to strong current. And is there more?
That's what the COVID says, yeah.
I mean, बस यार इतना वीडियो के लिए काफी है.
Last we had these people on. We did a series, बिल्कुल शुरू में. I think it was March. It was a 5-part series that I thought would be interesting to do. उस वक्त कराची में लॉकडाउन नया था, and बाकी जगहों पे भी हो रहा था. Australia, we spoke to people in Karachi. We spoke to people in Europe. Sanaa was in London. We had Hira and Ali from Germany, and we spoke to a whole bunch of people in the US and Canada, and then Malaysia, Australia, and New York. In the सबने बात की थी. कुछ episodes में Rizwan was there. Most में he wasn't. And उस वक्त सब कुछ नया था. And now that coronavirus is over, in November, the 1st of November, मैंने सोचा मैं जरा एक recap करूं, and we'll check back in with our reporters on ground. So let's just start with like we were discussing before the start. उस वक्त जब हमने आपसे पिछली दफा बात की थी, क्या हालात थे, and then we'll move on to where we are now. We'll start with Gul. Hi, how are you? I see.
Very well.
पहले जब हम आए थे तो I remember there was a desk, और उस desk के नीचे तार था, और घर का इंटरनेट कोई मसला. It was also new video conferencing. Are those issues fixed?
Internet issues are fixed. I went upstairs to find myself a spot. I couldn't figure out lighting, so lighting has brought me downstairs.
Okay.
So this is apparently the better lighting. So yeah.
Okay. That's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, we figured out work from home. 5 महीने हमने work from home किया. So like you said, उस वक्त बिल्कुल शुरू हुआ था. I think 2 दिन पुराना lockdown था हमारा, and we did an episode.
Yeah.
My parents had gone to a funeral the very same day, I think. Johor में कोई, because I live in Johor, so कोई उसमें जो है lockdown जैसी कैफियत नहीं थी.
Yeah.
Yep. And so I think the lockdown never came to Johor because it was just functional every day. We did lockdown. We did work from home for 5 months, at least, like we did.
Yeah.
And then from August, I think हमारी जिंदगी जो है, it's been very off and on. के like one morning we woke up and we were told, "Okay, stay at home. We're going to do one more week of work from home."
Who said? Your employers?
Yes.
Achha.
Because people, kept popping up with COVID positive tests.
Right.
So as a precaution, and our not our company Theory, but the Dawn Media Group, I think, has been really overly cautious, I think, which is a good thing given how under cautious everybody is in Karachi, in Pakistan in general. तो अभी जो है, अभी भी lockdown के कोई भी मतलब, there's no lockdown.
Right.
I stepped out a total of 7 or 8 times during the lockdown, and I would see people on streets with masks and everything. अब तो मतलब it's all regular. अब तो हमने protests भी किए हैं without masks. हमने शादियां शुरू कर दी हैं without masks वापस से. Restaurants have opened up. Malls have opened up. So on certain days they're very vigilant. So they'll check your temperature. They'll ask you to sanitize your hands and stuff. But the temperature check जो है, I think that is where they fail the most क्योंकि बस वो टिंग करते हैं and that's it. They don't really look at what your temperature is. So I think that's where this.
सर सही है, जबरदस्त आ जाए आप.
So yeah, we haven't improved. I
Are
think
these
we're
checks
worsening.
like everywhere or in like some places?
So malls, hospitals, banks, and restaurants.
They
Not
all
all
have
restaurants have.
okay.
Not all restaurants have temperature checks, but at least वो हाथ आपको सैनिटाइज करवाते हैं. मास्क पहन के आप क्या कहते हैं उसको लक्ष्मण रेखा क्रॉस कर लें और फिर आप मास्क उतार लें. So like just like a two-step thing. So I met a friend recently and I could see through the glass door कि वो आइए बगैर मास्क के उसको रोका है. उसने कहा अच्छा, उसने बैग से निकाला है मास्क, दरवाजा खोला है, वो अंदर आई 2 कदम और उसका मास्क उतर गया.
Wow.
So you know, cute stuff like that happens here.
Are malls requiring masks or stores, shops?
So malls and shops, stores, yes. For instance, I've been to Dolmen and Lucky One, and उनके social distancing के आपके markers डले हुए हैं. वो आपको टोक देते हैं कि अगर आप elevator पे करीब खड़े हुए हैं या फिर कैशियर के पास करीब खड़े हुए हैं तो दे टोकोफाई यू के.
लोग लड़ नहीं रहे कि आप इस साजिश में क्यों मुलव्विस हो गए हैं?
नहीं, आई थिंक अभी तक उनको कुर्ते खरीदने हैं तो वो मतलब कुर्ता ओवर लड़ाई. However, I went to a pharmacy जहाँ पे social distancing के markers थे.
Starting
nobody behind
with however was a great teaser.
But nobody behind the counter was wearing a mask, and I was like,
"But they work in a pharmacy now. उनको तो नहीं होगा." Yeah. Also, before we move on a bit, there was a dumb discussion of smart lockdowns or something. Is that a thing? I don't know what that is. Is that happening?
That's not a thing in Pakistan.
Oh. मैं तो पाकिस्तान की memes का पढ़ा था.
We like to call it smart. It's not. Yeah. बस वो smart दिखता है कि आप smart लग रहे हो. That's it. That's the only smart we know. Because उसके अलावा I don't think so.
Islamabad में they're doing like a full like mask thing and some sectors have been closed off fully. Do you know anyone in Islamabad? I mean, she's from there.
I don't know anybody in Islamabad. No. Sorry. Lahore में सुनने में आया था कि आ रहा है वापस से.
अच्छा. Okay, we'll go to Lahore correspondent Ammara in a bit, but let's move on to Sanaa then. Sanaa had told us, I remember she had told us how she had fondly quit her job to start working in this London, in the food industry in London, a lifelong passion of hers. So let's check in with Sanaa and see how that's going. Ji Sanaa.
Yeah, when this lockdown had started, also to add on to the Karachi thing, I know मुझसे किसी ने पूछा नहीं है, but Karachi update ये कि मेरी अम्मी अभी तक लोगों से लड़ रही हैं. कल I spoke to her and she was like मैं कोर्ट गई, कोर्ट में फिर जूनियर्स वो वकील थे उन्होंने नहीं पहना था, फिर मैंने उनसे लड़ाई की कि आप मास्क क्यों नहीं पहनते, फिर वो मुझसे आर्ग्यू कर रहे थे, फिर आखिर में किसी बोला आप हैंड से क्यों लड़ रहे हैं.
Your mom believes in the corona situation.
Yeah, she does.
Right.
I mean, there was a little bit of, I mean, the other day she was like, नहीं, ये basically अमेरिका ने बना के चाइना भेजा है. नहीं, हाँ, चाइना भेजा है, चाइना से like फिर ये हुआ है. And then there are people, I don't know, in like on my in-laws side who are kind of saying कि नहीं, ये चाइना ने बना के अमेरिका भेजा है because वो अमेरिका में. So it's just like वो जो uncle auntie WhatsApp activity चल रही होती है. But no, she gets into like arguments and fights with people. She continues to, but I think that's the Karachi add-on. Uske alawa yaar, when this happened, as you said, I had just quit my 9 to 5 a couple of months ago, and I was like, I'm gonna work in the food industry or see what it's like. And then ye sab ho gaya, like the restaurant got shut down. They've still not opened up actually. And I was speaking to the us waqt se, and I was speaking to the owner, and she was saying probably like Feb because it's still too uncertain. And actually, like I think today new lockdown measures have been announced in the UK. So I think a couple of weeks ago they had said they're going to, I don't know, there were like tier 2, tier 3, tier 1 lockdowns, and then now we've got just straight up, matlab, I think Thursday se all non-essential businesses will be shut, restaurants shut, only takeout and delivery, can't really meet people outside of your household unless you're part of the same support bubble. So a lot of my lockdown was spent like looking for a job, which I found. So I got back into the 9 to 5, which I think is not necessarily a bad thing. I think it was good to, explore my passion, but I think बहुत सोचने का time मिलता है ना, तो I realized that I don't think it was necessarily for me to be working at a restaurant. So that's where I'm at. वही बस अब फिर एक और lockdown आ रहा है. Vikram was supposed to, he was making these plans to go to America, but I don't think that's going to happen. Other things, I mean, again, like I'd said in the beginning as well, we're lucky कि हमारा इस तरह नहीं affect हुआ है, but क्या कहते हैं, just the general uncertainty कि you can't really go home, you can't do anything. His visa extension application was happening, तो वो अभी काफी delay हुआ है because of the whole COVID thing, and we don't know if the second lockdown will affect it or not. So those kinds of bureaucratic things.
और
But
वैसे माहौल क्या है? I remember there was a big issue about you went for a run and walked back, and there were these guys outside your building, desi guys, mask free, smoking. This was also a big criticism. Is the mahal getting better?
Yeah, mahal. I mean, lockdown khatam ho gaya tha kind of, because they started like, they opened up businesses and they had that whole eat out to help out scheme, which was, if people don't know, it was like 50% off food throughout, like 50%? I think July, August, whenever things open. Yeah, but up to like 10 pounds, 50% up to 10 pounds. So but it was like, it was good, but so basically, फिर उन्होंने वो 10 बजे तक का कर्फ्यू लगा दिया, but I think for all intents and purposes people did kind of think कि बस अब खत्म हो गया, like I think लोग मास्क पहनते हैं indoor spaces में. I've seen that happen because it's a necessity, you have to wear it. Like I went out yesterday to this like shopping center place, so वहाँ पे सबने पहना हुआ था, but लोग बहुत थे because people were also like, I think this people
Panic
knew that
buying.
this lockdown is going to be announced. People not even panic buying, I think people wanted to like shop for like Christmas and इस तरह की चीजें, because November aa gaya hai, so it was quite crowded. And generally I've also seen that social distancing, it really depends on where you are, whether people follow it or not, but it really is dependent on where you are and what kind of day it is, because I think everybody's kind of living in that like acting like every weekend is the last weekend that you can get out, so sab kafi like basically rush hoti hai, तो वो scene hai. That's what I've seen.
Yeah, इधर भी Ireland में भी there is a lockdown पिछले 2 हफ्ते से for a total 6 weeks. I think the idea even with the UK, क्योंकि UK में एकदम से आ गया था ना, तो वो यही था कि नवंबर में कर लें ताकि दिसंबर में खुल जाए and people can do the Christmas situation normally. अच्छा, अमर जी आप बताएं, you're also from Lahore, so if you have any insights please वो जरा sprinkle कर दीजिएगा throughout. But how's Canada? How's Toronto going?
Just starting from Lahore, I think my core connections are my parents and Instagram, of course. Instagram पे मुझे लगता है हर गली में ब्याह हो रहा है. किसी ने अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मास्क पहना. Socializing, birthdays, माशाल्लाह हम ऐसे करते हैं जैसे मेले लग रहे हैं. तो ज़रूरी है. I don't know कितने हम तरसे में, but Lahore seems to be on a whole different level of no bleeps found.
Yeah.
Which is what we do. Strong.
Yeah.
So that's very strong. But yeah, just before this, I was speaking with my mother because she wasn't answering my call. I'm like, कहाँ थी? कहती बेटा डोगर दाल खाने गई थी.
What?
So my parents are chilling at a tandoor. Clearly, they have just given up. They're like, 3 बच्चे हैं, फरार कर लिए घर से. We don't care. It's okay. So yeah, Lahore is chilling based on all the evidence that I see. वो एहतियातन मास्क पहन लेते हैं, but वो भी it's a minority based on everything that I see. Coming back to Toronto, so I think we last spoke in May. That was when we had our first conversation. March. Yeah. So March, April, May were pretty stringent in terms of the lockdown. Everyone was sitting at home, constant paranoia, छींक आ गई, मौत आ गई, game over for us. Yeah. तो काफी रातें हमने मुश्किल में गुजारी सोच के भाई अगली सुबह आनी है या नहीं. फिर भी आ जाती थी, cause strong.
Yeah, strong.
Strong. फिर जी finally मई में जाके numbers वगैरह control हुआ है. I think towards the end of May, the first time I stepped out of my house, I think it was after like a 60-day self quarantine isolation period. और भाई सीधा डाउनटाउन गए. Everyone seemed to be out and about. Canadians का भी यार वही सीन है कि I think everyone was in a state of mind and so frustrated कि बस हमें निकालो. तो यार June, July, August, September, really busy months. And, bars भी खुल रही हैं, indoor dining भी fixed capacities, outdoor उन्होंने ये patios भी खोल दिए. तो काफी लग रहा था यार, life has probably come back to normal. Like, ठीक है, sanitizers and masks are a norm, especially on public transit. वो भी Canada enforces an honor system. No one will enforce it, which is unfortunate. तो बीच में लोग डंडी मार जाते हैं. But for the most part, people were abiding by the rules. फिर अभी जाके जी wave 2, it's been a month के numbers फिर से escalate होना शुरू हुए because we take our liberty for granted. Like night clubs अगर खुल गए हैं तो फिर this was kind of inevitable. Or the college students raging hormones.
Oh, अच्छा. By the way, Ireland में नहीं खुले. Ireland में तो throughout like the lockdown went down सब कुछ, but they kept the clubs and bars closed. खैर I guess यहाँ numbers कम नहीं हुए.
Yeah, but again, legally, they were not supposed to open. वो तो crackdowns हुए हैं, तो पता चला है कि भाई लोग नाच भी रहे हैं, लोग टप रहे हैं, whatever their core activities are in life. So the inner judge has spoken. I should stop. So, anyway, यार वो हुआ, फिर हम वापस से indoor dining फिर से बंद हुई है. It's been I think about 2 weeks since हमारे 28 lockdown में हम वापस आ गए हैं कि भाई खाना ले लो, take away कर लो. But dining in bhul jao. I think the patios are also closed. Achha. And it's just going back. It's like a constant deja vu. We're going back to the same, paranoia that we lived in. Travel has become complicated. Everything is just like we're time traveling essentially. Hum pe kitab likh do.
So the issue apparently in at least Ireland, London, the UK, I guess, and Canada seems to be कि lockdown था और फिर everyone stayed indoors और फिर lockdown उठ गया and then things were fine, but things got too relaxed, I guess. So फिर the background infections started rising and people were too hesitant to fully get hardcore on them, and then वो एकदम से फट गए जैसे फटते हैं.
And it takes like one group of idiots to make things complicated for the people who just want to be comparatively higher on the IQ scale.
Yeah.
So अब इधर भी आप downtown जाते हो, there's like a certain group of anti-maskers जो अपने बच्चों को भी कहते हैं मास्क यार अल्लाह माफ करे, क्लाउड स्पीकर लेके दंगे कर रहे होते हैं कि ये मास्क तो government propaganda hai, they're just trying to make you feel weak, you're like a mental victim to their whatever conspiracy theory.
What's the motivation? Like government को क्या मिल? इधर भी in Ireland there've been protests, 500 लोग, 1000 लोग, because छोटा शहर है Dublin by comparison, all without masks, American flags लिए. That's the best.
Like lovely representation.
Yeah.
I think it is just the very small thing of being told to do something और फिर आपका वो अंदर का बच्चा जाग जाता है कि मुझे नहीं करना.
मैं करूँगा नहीं, कुछ भी हो जाए.
हाँ, because हमारा खानसामा बाहर जाता है बाजार और जब उसको शुरू में हम बोलते थे जाओ हाथ धो, तो he would like क्या होता है कुछ भी तो नहीं होता, and I'm like हाथ ही तो धोने, like सफाई निफ्ट बनाने, what is your problem, हाथ ही तो धोने.
Yeah.
And because everybody mentioned their families, I would like to mention my nani. हम बकरा ईद पे अपनी नानी से मिलने के लिए गए. नहीं हयात है, nothing happened.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if the story ends with her like passing away.
Astaghfirullah.
Really? I have a way with starting stories.
Yeah.
But my nani is hayat and completely fine, alhamdulillah. My khalu and my mamu got COVID. So the reason Bakra Eid pe we weren't one of those families who were meeting up for dawats and stuff is because 2 of our family members were down with COVID. So हमने कहा कि घर पे बैठते हैं. मेरी अम्मा ने कहा नानी अकेली हैं, मिलने चले जाते हैं. अच्छा सही है. तो हम 3 मिले. I walked in with a mask and the first thing my nani said to me was, order pork. And I'm like, there are 2 in our family who might die because of COVID. What is your problem?
Yeah, and this is for her. Like, pretty much for the nani.
Pretty much, yeah. But order poke is something that I will never forget.
Bro, there's this डर से आगे जीत है situation is काफी consistent throughout. इधर भी यही हुआ था कि they were protesting against lockdowns and masks and stuff, and 500 लोग 1000 लोग बगैर मास्क के, but then they'll all get infected और फिर lockdown और बढ़ जाएगा. I don't know if there was any like strategy behind this, और यहाँ भी पुलिस डंडे नहीं मार रही.
But clearly logic is not their strong suit.
Perhaps.
Exactly, it's like one of those mentalities कि भाई हमारा अगर लिखा हुआ वक्त आना है जाएगा, why stop it?
This
I mean
is
that's true. My mom, one of the things that my mom encounters a lot, she says is कि जब वो कहती हैं किसी को मास्क पहन ले ये वो, तो then वो कहते हैं कि जिंदगी मौत तो अल्लाह के हाथ में. And my mother is like a very devout Muslim, and she's like मतलब अल्लाह ने आपको ये नहीं बोला कि आप पागलों की तरह मतलब गाड़ी आ रही है सामने उसके सामने कूद जाएं, but this is basically the logic.
Bro, जब तक तबीयत खराब नहीं होती ना, जब तक everyone says ये जिंदगी मौत अल्लाह के हाथ.
There was apparently some politician, which again Ammi told me about, कि वो टीवी पे आके कह रहा था कि हाँ जब opposition की बारी आती तो फिर है ना कोरोना आ जाता है, वरना फिर है ना बाकी सारे ये घूम रहे होते हैं हमें suppress करने का.
wow.
What you should do is when these guys go to the hospital ना, जब उनकी सारी मशीनें निकाल दो और उनसे कहो bro जिंदगी मौत तो सब अल्लाह के हाथ में, you don't need this shit. Fair.
And I love how like Toronto, when you follow like a certain वो Reddit वगैरह पे देखो ना क्या हो रहा है, तो लोगों ने record की हुई street fights because he coughed on my face. Like this is the new level of warfare, street fight है. Like एक ज़माने में होता था मुक्का मारा, सुन पड़ा कुछ हुआ, लात पड़ी, नहीं यार इसने मेरे मुंह पे खांसा है.
Wow, that's amazing. Also, has anyone sneezed inside a mask?
No.
I did that. That was fucking horrible. I was like, मैं कभी बाहर जाऊंगा ही नहीं अब. Because like I went out and मुझे वैसे ही नफरत मास्क पहनने से, because fucking beard और फिर ऐनक, and then I have to keep pulling the mask up to cover and create a seal. फिर वो मेरी आंखों तक चला जाता है because मेरा मुंह बहुत बड़ा है. Just some updates, you know, for you guys.
Fun facts.
Yeah, and then I fucking had to sneeze, and I was like, "Oh, my mask." I was like, "No, I'll get shot if I do that." So I sneezed inside the mask, and I was like, "I'm never going out until this is over. मुझे जाना ही नहीं है." और क्या लिखा है बाहर? और फिर मेरा.
Have you ever tried holding your nostrils? Like really off topic, but that's what I do. Like नाक बंद कर लो.
Hold the sneeze inside.
If you do this, you hold your nostrils. आपकी छींक खत्म हो जाती है.
Explode. अच्छा.
I mean, yeah,
no,
the
alternative have to do it
is
just in time. Like, मतलब, it's not right at the moment.
Yeah, but it's the worst case scenario is you can get an aneurysm and your blood vessels can blow through.
Yeah.
So
that's when
it's okay. Allah ne akhirat likhi hui hai. If I'm going by with a sneeze, then so be it.
Wow. उसने ऐसी चीख मारी कि वो अल्लाह को प्यारा हो गया.
दिमाग उड़ गया. Mind blown.
Literally mind
blown.
Okay, Nell. अच्छा जी. तो let's just build off what everyone has just said, the stories. Sanaa said something. I don't know if it was Sanaa or it was maybe it was Gul, that you said that people, you know, are probably जिनको है कोविड वो ख्याल रख रहे हैं, या जिनको पता है कि उनके घर में कोविड है वो ख्याल रख रहे हैं उनका. So we got a whole bunch of stories that I just wanted to get you guys' reaction on regarding some of these situations. तो हमने एक Instagram और Twitter पे डाला था कि कोई आपको stupid stories हो, and I always put a disclaimer, nothing too serious, because I don't want like people to write in कि हाँ जी मेरा पूरा खानदान मर गया. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? I can't use any of this. Though the primary maqsad being to laugh at idiots, and hopefully उससे लोग सीख जाएंगे. So I said कि हाँ जी, send us some stories, and the first story that someone sent, वो tweet itself मशहूर हो गई है. Such a complicated tweet. I'll read it out and let me know what you guys think. So this lady, she says that her father-in-law's COVID positive cousin, so there's a lot of connections in this tweet. Father-in-law's COVID positive cousin visited all 4 of his married daughter's homes and 2 sisters because he wanted to see all of them in case he didn't make it, and he alone is responsible for 35 plus people getting COVID. मतलब इंतहा. Yeah, I
I've
think
heard of a weapon of mass destruction, a human of mass
Susar
destruction
of mass
is like a
destruction.
susar of mass destruction.
It's a new kind of assassin.
Yeah, wow. Like literally
Oh
because he wanted to
my.
see all of them in case he didn't make it. Yeah, so
Did everybody make it?
I
I
mean,
don't
Allah
know.
maaf kare.
I'm not gonna
Aakhiraat
ask.
mein bhi, yeah, don't.
Because what if she's like, yeah, so many people passed away. That's not funny.
हाँ exactly, बहुत dark हो रहा है, आगे चलो, मेरे comments निकल आएंगे. Like, I need to
And
stop.
that tweet is like 20 retweets, 27 likes. People so excited कि ये क्या हो रहा है? Someone else is saying that the cousins that claimed COVID-19 doesn't exist and did not take any precautions. Everyone at their place, save one, tested positive. So this is another nice story that I got. This guy, I think, is in Canada, so हमारा अपनी आंखें खोल के रखना, छोटा सा तो मुल्क है.
Is he single?
No, he is not. He is बहुत
Damn it, आंखें बंद. Not interested आगे.
He said that a family I know, I don't know where this is, invited their relatives over for dinner. ठीक है जी. Halfway through dinner, they let the guests know that they have tested positive and couldn't go out. Hence the invitation. A few moments later, the male of the house excused himself because he had to go to the mosque to pray. बताएं जी क्या तासुरात हैं आप लोगों के इस बारे में? I think he did the right thing. They didn't go out because eating out is not a smart thing to do when you know you have coronavirus. तो उसने invite कर लिया लोगों को. What?
Am I the only one who feels like this sounds like this eccentric millionaire invites people for dinner, shares what his will might or might not say?
That's the plot of Knives Out.
ये बहुत Agatha Christie type को है.
Yeah, it was Knives Out also Agatha Christie, I think. Actually,
so it's supposed to it's in the line of the same genre and the style of mystery and everything.
All I remember is Daniel Craig's accent from that movie. बहुत सारे accent था Daniel Craig. But wow. And then this other guy, Mani 13K. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said his name. I didn't ask him. He responded on Instagram, and I put the question thing. So this guy wrote a whole essay. This was, I think, one line. There's a limit to how much you can say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 12 part message likha hai bhai ne. After being stuck in Lahore for over 2 months because of the lockdown and no flights earlier this year, finally managed to get a PIA flight from Islamabad to Frankfurt. I guess Lahore se Islamabad chaloge. By the way, if you hear the wind, that's because I'm in a new place which has no insulation of any sort or bahar hawa chal rahi hai.
I thought you were going to say no windows.
So how would they hear
the boys
wind?
On a budget?
I'm living on a jhopadi, the 3rd floor. After being stuck in Lahore, blah, 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 he got a flight from PIA from Islamabad to Frankfurt. Majority of the passengers didn't give a rat's ass about keeping their distance, wearing a mask in spite of the constant announcements while in Islamabad. But as soon as the plane landed in Frankfurt, oh God. This is really complicated. Achha, keeping the fact that all the messages are out of order. Pretty idiotic. Another auntie, I was like, those were people who were removing their mask. Acha, so he came
Ali, so
from...
हमेशा लोग इस तरह की स्टोरियां भेजते हैं कि they're always out of order. Like this is like literally, I think the 3rd time I'm hearing you read out something that's not
that I have to fix,
and that's been said that's sent to you.
It might be a you problem.
Okay, so they were going from Islamabad to Frankfurt. We have facts. No, my was एक ये fact है. Islamabad to Frankfurt, and the same passengers did not. As the plane landed, same passengers didn't remove their mask or वगैरह वगैरह. Magar, as soon as they landed at Islamabad airport, they removed their mask as a joke, and they were saying, "I'm done." And another auntie told me to take care of her bag while she goes. I think this is like a side rant. Another auntie told me to take care of her bag while she goes and gets some chocolate. And I was like, "Auntie, have you ever seen a single airport-related movie ever?" Yeah. And then
it's a stream of consciousness, I think.
इसके साथ जुल्म हुआ था, and he's like, I want to tell somebody. But yeah, there is a thing. This actually does remind me of something. One of the people we had in the previous series in North America, his dad got COVID. He's fine. But what happened was, the story that he was telling me was कि जब उनके अब्बा और अम्मा जो थे वो अमेरिका में थे, तो they were very paranoid, ना कि because news में था हर जगह कोरोना. They're like बच्चे grocery जा रहे हैं and they're like, you know, mask पहनो, do this, do that. And then जब वो पाकिस्तान गए तो पाकिस्तान जाके सब chill scene था. They got to Pakistan before like Eid al-Fitr और जाते ही अब्बा जो थे वो फिर मस्जिद जाना शुरू हो गए और ईद की नमाज भी थी और उनको कोरोना वायरस भी हो गया. And the symptoms of what turned out to be coronavirus started before ईद की नमाज वाला दिन. And then he went to the ईद की नमाज और फिर उसके बाद टेस्ट कराया तो पता चला कोरोना वायरस था. तो उन्होंने ईद के साथ जो है ना गिफ्ट्स भी दे दिए ईदी के तौर पे. But yeah, the main difference was कि पाकिस्तान में, as you were saying, गुल, कोई माहौल नहीं है like कोरोना वायरस की टेंशन का.
No, even our airports, because you mentioned airports, Abhi. So my brother locally traveled, my friends traveled locally, and they were saying कि कोई मास्क नहीं पहना हुआ होता, and there's no कोई enforce भी नहीं कर रहा होता कि आप मास्क पहने, temperature checks नहीं हो रहे होते, and social distancing has been thrown out the window. So like it's a regular day at the airport.
Yeah, Rizwan
yeah.
drove from Lahore to Karachi. Previous episode of my check कीजिएगा.
But yeah, traveling just itself is becoming so complicated. Like number one, like ये बंदा कितनी देर फंसा रहा है लाहौर में? Because I think my brother set the record 3 months.
3 months. He was
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
there was another guy, Badr. We know him from Twitter. I don't know if any of you know. I've seen him, but he lives in the UAE. और वही हुआ था कि वो गया लाहौर और फ्लाइट्स का मसला बढ़ गया because Emirates ने फ्लाइट्स बंद कर दी अपनी. He got as far as the boarding gate of the flight और वहां जाके फिर Emirates वालों ने कहा, oh yeah, we just got news कि हम नहीं आ सकते और वापस चले जाए.
oh man,
Yeah,
that is like
so
some
close.
uppercase genus.
I mean,
But
can we talk about
yeah.
traveling pay? All of Pakistan has been, I mean, not all, but a certain segment of the population has been going to either Turkey or Dubai. Like
Bro,
all
so
of Pakistan.
everyone's in
And
Turkey
northern
right
areas.
now. Oh yeah.
Northern
I think
areas, yeah.
वहाँ
कुछ लोग
ठंड हो
ऐसे
गई
जो
है.
नॉर्दर्न एरिया से होके फिर टर्की गए हैं तो ये भी
यार बसमा अभी
WhatsApp पे
या
मैं मेरी वालदा बहुत सारी वीडियो भेजती हैं WhatsApp पे, मैं कभी चेक नहीं करती हूँ. एक गलती से जो मैंने खोली थी वो अपेरेंटली मॉल रोड की थी और उस पे इट एट अ ग्लांस इट लुक्ड लाइक अ पेट्री डिश.
ओह अच्छा, that many people?
इतने सारे लोग थे और वो इतने अजीब लग रहे थे. Yeah, it looked like a petri dish.
The headline for this will be Karachi woman calls Lahore bacteria incubation. अच्छा नहीं, but Turkey का I don't know, is it like super cheap to go to Turkey right now? Because
It is. I mean,
apparently
Turkey
it
is generally
is.
cheap.
Yeah, but apparently it's cheaper now because their tourism industry has been like super hard hit. Obviously, any tourist hotspots have been very hard hit, but then I think, I don't know, I have no idea about their like rates of infection or whatever. The only thing we know is that it's one of the two countries maybe, because Dubai में apparently खत्म हो गया था and Turkey में पता नहीं क्या सीन था, but one of the two places that
illegal कर दिया था कोरोना वायरस, तो वो फिर खत्म हो गया खुद ही.
अच्छा हाँ obviously. तो basically तो सारे लोग वहीं जा रहे हैं टर्की. लाइक मतलब इट्स लाइक आप वैसे जाके कराची में होते थे तो आप लाइक जैंडर्स पे मिलते थे, लाहौर में होते तो आप पता नहीं कौसा नॉस्ट्रा पता नहीं जो भी जगह वहां मिलते हैं, और अब आप टर्की जाके मिल रहे हैं. लाइक पीपल मतलब
सब मिल
all
रहे
the
हैं at Nusrat's restaurant, Salt Bay's. Basma's Instagram has 2 separate people who have been at that restaurant within 12 hours of each other. और वो कमबख्त जो है वो अपने नमक.
Someone that I follow, she put up. She's like a model. What?
He's wearing gloves. Yeah. Okay. That's the concern. गोल की परेशानी ये थी. Is Nusrat wearing gloves?
someone that I saw, and they will in their Insta story. So she put up like replies, and someone was like, "Oh, आपकी story में हमने अपने अम्मा अब्बा देखे."
कब से?
And मेरी बहन का मुझे कॉल है. She's like, यार सना हम भी टर्की चले. And I was like, bro, I can't leave the country. Like unless I have to get stuck in Pakistan forever, I can't leave the UK. But even she was like, यार टर्की चलते हैं, दुबई चलते हैं. तो ये basically ये scene है.
Okay, and then coming back to the story.
Staying on travel.
Oh, there's still more to this story?
Bro, no, that story is over. There are many stories.
अच्छा.
Yeah. One person.
बहुत लंबी दास्तान है, bro.
One person has sent 5 stories. इसको बहुत आग लगी हुई थी. Not all of them are as good. Sorry, Gul, were you saying something?
No, I was just saying staying on travel. एक तो है कि आप travel कर रहे हैं, जो कुछ भी आपके precautions हैं, whatever. बट एक आपका जो क्वारंटीन वाला जो प्रोटोकॉल होना चाहिए कि आप एक दूसरे मुल्क से आए हैं तो 2 हफ्ते आपके लिए बहुत है, 7 दिन कर लें. People aren't doing that. People are just like scheduling meetups and everything the very next day.
Yep.
और पढ़े लिखे लोग हैं, मेरे खानदान के लोग हैं जो मैं दूर से मैं तो बहुत दूर से हाथ पीछे बांध के I'm like the worst person of the family right now. Okay, I'm called paranoid and everything, but I'm like sure still alive.
Yeah. Still alive. Goal is going making sure all those people die. हंस रहे थे ना, अब देखो इस
I think people
गोली मार दी.
पता चला
मेरा likability meter I think कम हो गया है, लेकिन हाँ मतलब मुझे एक इस चीज से बड़ी वो बहुत शिकवा है मुझे कि क्यों नहीं, मतलब अगर आप ट्रैवल कर लिया ठीक है सही है, but
with the 14-day thing,
for 10 days.
I think Canada has like a huge like fine. Like I read somewhere that if you're like going to the US or something and you come back and you don't observe quarantine or किसी को infect कर दो तो like $7.5 lakh का fine पड़ जाएगा आपको या ऐसा कुछ.
I don't know the amount, but साथ गया हुआ था ना, वापस आया, he had to register on some app. माशाल्लाह बहुत जरूरी था.
वो इस्लाम फैलाने गया हुआ था उधर. Why did he have to go?
वो एक और बात है.
अच्छा.
वो एक और podcast है. Anyway, so yeah, so he had to register himself on this app, and वो app आपकी basically I think वो geo location से monitor करती है कि आप घर से बाहर निकले या नहीं, और उसके ऊपर आप penalize. And I know people जो phone घर पे रख के खुद बाहर चले गए हैं.
Yeah, because this girl here, we know this boy came to meet her. एक तो ये कोविड में जाहिर है आपको पता है मोहब्बतां जो हैं वो who cares हालात क्या चल रहे हैं, तो बॉय कैसे आया peak fuck you situation में.
Honestly, horny people are some of the worst offenders when it comes to like COVID transmission. I'm not even joking. Like I've also heard so many stories that people are just like, I'm gonna hook up, I don't care. It's like, bro, like
I don't care if I die. Is that organ really that worth it? I mean, I want to know what you're sleeping with because I'm interested.
Maybe you can justify it.
Don't put this up.
Okay. If it's still, I mean, I didn't listen to it, but most probably not. But उसको भी यही हुआ था. Ireland में they're not checking anything, which is partially why a lot of cases are occurring. जब अमेरिका में bad scene super फटना शुरू हुआ था, they literally interviewed people here. There's an American lady saying, हाँ जी फ्लोरिडा में हालात बहुत खराब थे तो हम आयरलैंड आ गए. What the fuck? No one stopped you. Nothing. खैर तो ये भी आया था, उसको फोन पे ऐप इंस्टॉल करवाई और फोन घर पे था और वो हमारे साथ हम भी थे बाहर उसके साथ. But yeah, but this is when Ireland में चीजें sort of dine-in was sort of open or give. What they were doing in Tunisia, I know because the shisha guy I used to go to before lockdown, he's from Tunisia. He said कि Tunisia में बहुत tourism होता है, तो 14 days के बजाय they had like a 5-day thing कि they put you in a hotel and आते साथ ही आपका COVID test होता है. Depending on if it's negative, you stay in that hotel for 5 days, at the end of which they test you again. अगर दोनों negative आ गए तो then you're like fuck off, do whatever you want. अगर पहला ही positive आ गया तो then you're there for 14 days. So there were workarounds around it. Or I think Australia.
I think Pakistan maybe they did something like this for a bit. As
Pakistan
in this was
you need
when
a test
travel
to
was
go.
kind of
You need a test to
but
go
I
now.
think when now you do, but when this was kind of in the middle of like the lockdown, whatever lockdown there existed in Pakistan, so ek wo tha ki you basically you have to stay in a hotel for 14 days when you come to Pakistan. This was only for people who had to like travel urgently jab us tarah ka travel khula nahi tha, but they did this, but I don't know how many people followed it because obviously अब लोग पाकिस्तानी तो पाकिस्तान जाके उनका घर है मजाल है वो होटल में, तो उनकी तो जान ना निकल जाए कि oh my god. और I think लोगों को अपने खर्चे पे रुकना पड़ रहा था, तो एक और चीज है कि
yeah. Even the Australia thing I've heard is on your own kharcha. By which I was thinking and it's also like if you fly in from another Australian city तो मैं सोच रहा drive करके चले, but then I remembered that Australia is like a continent तो वो बहुत बड़ा है. But अब Pakistan जाने के लिए you need a COVID test. People here I know have gotten COVID tests before they go, but I think that's not a Pakistani requirement. That's maybe an airline requirement.
Yeah.
But yeah, with all sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. So even to fly out of Pakistan, you need a test to
which
get
is an
back.
airline requirement.
Yeah.
Like हमारा यहाँ पे if you need to fly out 96 hours के prior to the flight you need to get tested. फिर पाकिस्तान जाके तो अल्लाह जाने क्या सीन है. But yeah, what really blows my mind is कि अभी वो जो टर्की का कोई शेफ आ गया जो कि हर गली मोहल्ले में नाचता फिरता है.
Pakistan?
Like yeah, he's some really famous chef in Turkey, which I don't know, but he's apparently like a social media thing.
Is
To
it
that Salt Bay kind of
Is it
level.
Nusrat?
No, Nusrat's in Turkey. मैंने कल देखा
ये
उसे.
ये literally बंदा नान
मैं भी गया था.
He's a super big influencer and he's like roaming around with like big gay Instagram ये moments आके वगैरह type लोग और उसको पूरा लाहौर अभी north लेके जा रहे हैं और वो बंदा seriously इस्लामाबाद के like motorbikes वगैरह पे लोग maskless उनको जफ्फियां डाल रहा है सड़क पे ट्रक के पीछे लटक के तस्वीरें खिंचवा रहे हैं like that guy has no fricks to give.
He's send me his like name and shit after we record. मैं डाल दूंगा बीच में.
Sure, but yeah, बड़ा जज्बा है कि हम तो चलो वहाँ पर भेज ही रहे हैं उन्होंने भी रिटेलिएशन में कहा ये लो हम एक सुपर साइज्ड ऐसा भेजेंगे गेम इवन.
Yeah, but
crazy stuff, man.
Maybe he got COVID पहले and now he's like immune or something. तो इसलिए इतना confidence है. मैं ढूंढ रहा हूँ.
अब तो वो भी नहीं है by the way. Apparently immunity भी एक चीज पहले एक था कि है, but
Yeah,
now
it's
it's
not
like
forever.
we get it again.
Yeah, people are saying that
2-3 महीने बाद फिर आपको हो सकता है like.
तो जब आप कोविड से बच जाए ना तो travel immediately after that for like 1-2 महीने फिर उसके बाद आपको रिस्क वापस है तो आप travel बंद कर दें. जी गुल आप कुछ कहे नहीं.
Treat yourself. नहीं, one of my coworkers' wife got COVID in the first wave. And then she got it again a couple of weeks ago. So जब वो हुआ तो हमने कहा कि well, she had it before, isn't she immune now? And that is how we learned कि it's a 3-month immunity apparently.
Wow. Also, there are apparently like different strains of COVID. Yeah, which is why people said कि Italy wala strain was not the same as China wala allegedly, which is why Italy में बहुत ज़्यादा deaths हुई थी compared to China. China में I don't know. Well, the numbers were not sure, but still. But wrapping up, लेकिन let's just talk about this guy's story. Wrapping up भी मैं अभी काफी पहले कह रहा हूँ कुछ 5 stories भेजी हैं मायने. Or like this is I don't know who this guy knows, but काफी घूमती फिरती आवाम है. They're all UK based stories and Lahore. So he's titled them COVIDiot stories and COVIDiot A की बहन है कोई. She suffers from MS. This family is based in the UK, by the way. In January, they found out about some therapy for MS available in Mexico, private clinic. ठीक है, sister's condition became worse. Mother and father decided to take sister to the clinic. In June, जब Mexico or other Latin American countries were peaking, they were supposed to stay there for a month. His friend tagged along to Mexico with his wife for 2 weeks, as this is the only foreign holiday I will be able to have this year. And yeah, bro, ये गोरों का
friend tagged along.
Yeah, इसकी अम्मा और अब्बा इसकी बहन को लेके जा रहे थे और क्योंकि वो
तो अब्बा का दोस्त
इलाज नहीं
I mean यही FOMO रह गया जिंदगी में.
Yeah, bro, ये whites का बहुत बड़ा issue है.
No, I'm just thinking कि what kind of thought process does somebody have to go through कि किसी की बेटी को MS है, it's worsening.
उसकी बहन को MS है.
उसकी बहन को MS है और उसका दोस्त कह रहा है कि अच्छा आप जा ही रहे हैं तो मैं भी आपके साथ अपनी बीवी को लेके हॉलिडे मनाने.
जिस बंदे की बहन को MS है वो जा रहा है अपनी बीवी को लेके हॉलिडे मनाने.
अच्छा वो I thought कोई दोस्त इनका दूसरा आ गया. ये तो बहुत ही ज्यादा. This is like peak insensitivity, dude. Like
wow. तुम्हारी बहन इलाज के लिए जा रही. मौसम कैसा है उधर?
हिम्मत बन जाएगी.
And then he had a few stories which were not as horrible. But he said, Acha, COVIDiot C, let's skip B. Another makhluk of Westminster School in Dubai. He knows people from Westminster. I've heard of Westminster. I don't remember anyone from it. His son was turning 3 and they decided to have a birthday party in their backyard when the UK government guidelines state that no gatherings in outdoor setting above 6 people are allowed. And unki begum ka argument ye tha ki she had asked people to come at staggered times. And then the sentence is very amazing. They showed us pictures of the birthday parties and 18 log ek saath khade hue hote.
Wow.
वो timing off हो गई होगी ना, three staggered timings somehow they collided. But then there was this amazing story, okay, COVIDiot D. I'll find out who this person is afterwards. I'm not gonna publicize
This
it.
18 picture thing, 18-person picture reminds me of this person on my Instagram who had this massive dawat at their home on Eid al-Fitr, massive dawat on Bakra Eid. उनकी भी औलाद की कोई दूसरी तीसरी बर्थडे थी, वो भी एक बहुत बड़ा अफेयर था. And then apparently the same group of friends went for a picnic somewhere, like a farmhouse situation. और वो इतने सारे, तो उसमें भी एक तस्वीर थी जिसमें सारी जो खवातीन थी वो एक एक कंधे पे हाथ रख के
Yep, that thing.
Loved the picture, scared me. और फिर वो एक वीडियो भी आई थी इंस्टाग्राम के ऊपर where there are people in the pool, बच्चे भी हैं, हजरात भी हैं, and I'm just like, how are these people
comfortable? No one cares. Everyone was they treated it like coronavirus से तो हम पाकिस्तान से बाहर नहीं जा सकते. Nothing else is different now. बाकी सब same है. And I don't know, man. Like, खैर, COVIDiot D is a female blogger on Instagram with 31.3 thousand followers.
What?
I mean,
31.3.
Are you surprised at the female blogger or?
No, I am just surprised. Okay, I don't know this. Like, मुझे ऐसा अखबार इंसान का undercover बादशाह.
I'll ask who this is. She belongs to a very well-off, and you would imagine in brackets, educated family. Hubby D. COVIDiot D ke hubby D is an investment banker. Both have been partying since lockdown eased, but like crazy. Big household functions in Eid in Manchester. Renting a yacht with close friends for the weekend. Close friends, 10-15 log. And even a short trip to Italy, or was it Spain? Anyway, COVIDiot D and her hubby got the Rona and they got it really bad. Like they didn't post they didn't post anything for a good 3 weeks. Apparently, hubby D, I can't take this serious. Hubby D had serious breathing issues and got hospitalized. The wider family who were meeting up in the mansion in Manchester also got hit. But they got better. What does this super couple do after they feel better? They attend a welcome back party where they are again hugging and kissing the same friends they were hanging out with before they got infected in a small flat, definitely breaking the rules. The irony is that all their friends are from similar backgrounds, brackets में rich, entitled Lahore elites who have managed to study at decent universities and work at your JP Morgan, GS, BAMLs. Yeah, Lahore elites जो है ना, every situation in
man,
the world.
That sentence word by word.
There was this fashion show recently also, like जिसको लोग super spreader fashion show बोल रहे हैं, जहाँ पे again वही without masks, like लोग घूम रहे थे और जो भी, और वहीं से काफी लोगों को लगा है. And I was मतलब, but in any case पाकिस्तान में तो हर जगह, so I don't think it's like a purely Lahore thing. It's Karachi also, to be fair.
I think stupidity is everywhere. और फिर इस pandemic के बाद से तो I think human stupidity is global. ऐसी कोई हरकत पाकिस्तान centric है या फिर सिर्फ Ireland centric है या
this family friend of ours, and she's a doctor by the way, like मतलब बुजुर्ग हो गई हैं वो, like she must be in her late 60s now, but still a doctor, तो थोड़ा आपका दिमाग चलना चाहिए फिर भी in that way ना. She called up my mom the other day and my mom was like, हाँ उनका फोन आया था, वो कह रही है कि मैं ना आपको बताए बगैर आपके घर किसी दिन आ जाऊंगी, वरना तो आप आने ही नहीं देती और आप मिले बहुत अच्छा हो गया. And my mom's like, dude, मैं एक रीजन से like आपको नहीं आने दे रही ना, मतलब किसी और उनको by the way कोविड हो भी चुका है, उनको कोविड हो चुका है. She got COVID, she's in her late 60s, she survived it, and it's like, dude, you really like आप क्या मतलब करने की क्या, but this is people's logic के surprise आ गए हम मिलने, आप क्या करोगे,
खिड़की से अंदर आ गए, कब तक रोकोगे. Wow, okay.
But I mean, okay, stupidity set aside, I really need to like insert this PSA over here because Canada में recently हुआ कि in front of in Toronto at least या Ontario maybe, like हर shop की entrance पे ना it's kind of mandatory to keep sanitizer just because your protection and the shopkeepers whatever. अब यहाँ पर पता चला I was noticing हर दुकान के बाहर ना एक ही स्टैंडर्ड एक बड़ा सा गैलन पड़ा हुआ होता है, सेम डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर whatever, और उसकी कंसिस्टेंसी इज निरा पानी. Like बंदा कहता है यार ये क्या बकवास है, but आप just for दिली तसल्ली छिड़क के चले जाते हो कि हाँ मैं तो पाक हो गया. तो पता चला वो जो भी
distribution sorry PSA within a PSA पाक नहीं होते इससे, just in case. हाँ but जी continue.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
इंटरनेट ही फंस गया. हाँ जी.
मतलब like भाई ये लफ्ज तुम्हारे मुंह से हमें नहीं पता, तुम रहने दो. But anyway, point being, so turns out same distributor and everything. और उस formula में जो लोग बड़े खुशी से sanitize करते फिर रहे हैं for their mental peace, 0.000 alcohol था.
Oh,
क्यों अटक गया? What?
Okay, it's fine. Okay, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
But what you were saying was it had no alcohol.
Yeah, it had no alcohol. So people were just definitely just rubbing their hands with water, thinking that, oh my God, we've done justice. हम तो sanitize सारे जरासीम मर गए. Commander Safeguard जिंदाबाद. Yeah, just carry your own sanitizers. If you're relying on this stuff, yeah, तो बहुत bad scene है. I don't know globally.
60% I think is the requirement कि 60% होना चाहिए alcohol percentage of the thing. But I think that's a good place to wrap up unless someone has something very important to mention.
Important, unimportant चीजें mention कर सकते हैं.
Yeah, sure. If you have anything else that you want to add before we wrap.
On the 0.00001% alcohol वाली चीज, हमारे बहुत सारी मस्जिदों के बाहर वो frames लगे हुए होते हैं. So we got this thing जिसपे disinfectant वो हवा के through disperse करते हैं on people walking in.
Yeah, which doesn't do anything.
Which doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
और इक्का दुक्का malls के बाहर मैंने देखा, the smaller malls और मस्जिदों के बाहर मैंने बहुत देखा है, but none of them work. So they're literally just a wooden frame. They don't work. So they're just a wooden frame that you walk through और अपने आप को तसल्ली दे सकते हैं.
Symbolically.
मैंने इसके through जो है कदम रखे हैं एक दो.
Wow.
And I was on this. So when the lockdown started, a lot of people were doing these smaller projects, passion projects, जिनको con calls के through they were connecting with each other. And my friend and I, we connected to a filmmaker in America who was
Steven Spielberg
coughing. Who was coughing, clearly had flu, and very casually mentioned, yeah, I might have the corona, but I'm still going to work. So yeah.
Is he alive? Does Gul finally kill someone in this episode?
Why did you assume it was a man? It was a woman.
Oh, okay.
Your bias coming
female bloggers.
This whole episode is too female blogger focused.
But it's really proper, like her credentials, her work, the company that she works at, really proper, really impressive. And then फिर वो ऐसी उन्होंने बेतु की बात की, and I was like, बहन मुझे नहीं काम करना आपके साथ.
This was like for a potential work thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
one interesting thing on that similar note that I read was that nobody ever made Dalgona coffee twice. Is this?
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't even make it once.
मैंने कोशिश की थी.
मैंने
कोशिश बहुत गंदी थी.
मैंने ना
बल्कि सही शायद मैंने गलत बनाई थी, but even then.
Okay. What did you do, Gul? Did you make it?
I didn't do anything.
Oh.
I didn't make the bread. I didn't make that coffee. मैंने workout किया था properly 3 महीने.
फिर अब वो I think 3 महीने बहुत होते हैं.
मैंने एक नई ज़बान सीखने की कोशिश की थी. That's about it. Spanish, because I was binge watching Spanish shows. Right. And then I just discovered I really enjoyed the language. I tried learning. I was picking up stuff through the subtitles, so I was like, oh, wait, maybe I should learn this properly.
Yeah.
एक हफ्ता. Yeah.
Bus.
Yeah.
That's
a me problem.
Yeah. On that, Ammara, did you try and do something, or did you try to do nothing?
I tried to survive, buddy. Strong.
Stay strong.
Yeah, I think that generally, like, what have I been doing? A lot of psychology stuff. I'm actually really impressed with Pakistan made this sort of wave of mental health awareness from Maheen Ghani to this new guy I've been really obsessed with, Ali Elias. Okay. And I think he follows TPR Power actually. If invite him.
He should. If he doesn't, then we can't trust him.
अच्छा बहुत अच्छा yeah it's just really impressive for me to see कि यार पाकिस्तान में बहुत fit podcast culture like I don't know who the pioneer is but
I wish we knew.
Yeah, exactly. Good scene. थोड़ा बहुत intermittent fasting का scene on किया. It was really good. Dropped some weight, but वही बात consistency हम पे हराम है तो खा लिया वापस. तो आगे बढ़ो आगे किसकी बारी है?
Yeah, I also did nothing. मैंने दाढ़ी बढ़ाई थी, not very labor intensive. वो खुद ही बढ़ गई थी. And फिर the barber shops opened and I went and they were really shit और वो पूरी खत्म हो गई. So now I'm doing it again. And अब हम घर पे करेंगे. So let's see.
But you were doing some diet too.
No? I mean,
intermittent या keto scene नहीं था?
No, I did keto once a long time ago. And worked great. So if you need me to tell you how to live your life, hit me up in the comments below. But chalo, theek hai. I think we're going to stop recording. It's nearly an hour. Thank you guys for coming. Do you want your social medias to be publicized on this?
Mine has been made private, so no.
Okay.
I really don't care. कर देना. I'm indifferent.
I'll put links to Ammara below.
Enthusiasm. Indifferent. करने तो कर ना भाड़ में जा.
Yeah, Gul works for Tili, so you can go watch Tili ka stuff. Yeah, that's it. And follow. Naam search kar lo, shayad mil jaye. I mean, whatever, right? Stay strong. Wear a mask. Don't be an idiot. Please. That's the thing. Just be nice. Don't be an idiot. And we'll see you next week. Hopefully, zindagi rahi to. Zindagi maut aapko pata hai.
Alhamdulillah.
Bye bye. We're gonna stop recording.